I was on a visit with family to this museum place, and they had one of these really old-fashioned bike repair shops set up, you know, all the old artifacts and what have you. I didn't know that was going to set me off at all. I just walked straight in and started looking around, and all of a sudden, heart going, you know, trying to catch my breath. And I did know what it is set off, but I wasn't expecting it at all. And this is quite a long time after I'd done a lot of the memory work. I was really quite agitated. So I thought, okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So what do you need? Well, you need to get out of here. So just, you know, didn't rush, but just walk back outside. And I'm very interested in flowers and insects and butterflies, things like that. And it was a sunny day, so I walked over to where there was a bed of wildflowers and things buzzing around, and I just distracted myself thinking about those things and whatever. And I was talking to myself inside, saying, you know, it's okay, it's not happening now, it's not happening to anyone you love, it's leftover feelings, they're really unpleasant, you can feel them, it's affecting your body, but they're going to pass. This too shall pass. And sure enough, after a few minutes walking about, taking deep breaths, looking around, looking at other things apart from what had set me off, and the whole thing settled down again, I was able to join back in. But again, I didn't judge myself. I didn't feel bad about it. If I'd known it was going to have that effect, obviously I would have gone in the first place. But it just caught me off guard. But it didn't. It wasn't a disaster. Nothing bad happened. Nobody else even knew. As far as I know, nobody knew what was going on. And that's where you can get to with triggers and flashbacks and things. You can really get to that place. And it's about being kind to yourself and accepting that sometimes you will get caught off guard, and that's okay.
Even now, I sometimes go into a bit of a panic mode, but I have kind of strategies now that help me. You know, I just remind myself what's going on. And I just give myself a little bit of time just to calm down rather than to let myself fall straight into that kind of panic. I just have a way of saying, no, this is what's happening. You just need to breathe. You just need to take a minute, and it usually just calms down again.
I can remember the moment I labelled anxiety. Because I'd never not felt anxious. And suddenly I realised it had a label to it. And then you can do something about changing it. But until you've identified it and have a vocabulary around it, you're left just experiencing it. You are it.
Probably, again, music helped me a great deal. It kind of gave me a channel to express myself where I couldn't kind of express myself anywhere else. And just listening to music always makes me quite calm if I choose the right music. And playing music, it just takes your mind away from everything else. And it's just a channel to think about something else when everything just seems to be kind of piling on you. So, you know, I would encourage anyone to, if they have any sort of a hobby, anything creative, or sport, even just something that will enable you to express yourself and just to find something to just take your mind away from everything else that's going on. It's an incredible. I feel it feels like a gift that I was given to help me cope, really, to have music to play. And just found that yoga is very beneficial. There was a time when I kind of felt like my head and my body were just like two separate things. I didn't ever feel the connection between the two of them. And I think yoga for me has kind of joined up the dots, and I kind of have a much better sense through that of how my thoughts affect my body and vice versa. And that's been a really powerful therapy for me. And just getting out walking in nature is just so relaxing, and it gives you a different perspective. Yeah. I'm trying to be mindful